Welcome back to another day and another card in our 2025 Advent Kit. I'm glad you could join us today. We're going to be making another card, and there are just 11 days to Christmas. Let's see what's in this one. Opening her app and see what's inside. So we have, this is a nice summary card. It's a nice general card that you can use for all different kinds of occasions. It says, "Oh, happy day." And it's got really pretty coral and a crab and kelp and a lobster and nice bright colors. Perfect to cheer up this winter day. I love this set. It's called Ocean Friends. It has orange and pinks and bright greens. So I wanted to give you definitely a card from this paper collection. All right. Well, we got a couple little gems here and an envelope I'll set aside. This card is going to open this way. So it'll be up and down, horizontally though, if that makes any sense. All right, I think I'm going to use glue because I'm going to be using a lot of glue for this embellishment cluster. And we're going to start with the black cardstock and adhere that to the front of the card. I don't know why in the instructions I wrote between the score marks. Not quite sure why I wrote that, but it goes just on the front of the card, centered on the white. And then our pattern paper is going to go right on top of that. You could use this side if you like it too, but I like the pinks on the other side, personally. I think that looks really good with the black frame and the black around the sentiment. So I just have that glued down, centered. And with the glue, you do have like a second to move it around to get everything straight and centered. Now, you can do this in any direction you want, but we're basically going to layer all of these elements we have with the crab and the kelp and the coral. So you can put them however you want, but I'm going to kind of cluster it around down near the bottom right, if that makes sense. So I'll kind of put those where I just laid them as kind of the background layer. And they mimic what's in the paper, where there's some green kelp in there. So I'm just gluing that down. Then I've got this beautiful aqua colored fancy coral, very kind of Key West theme here. I'm just putting some dots of glue all around that and put that on. Just make sure you keep these pieces kind of within the boundaries of the card. That way it'll still fit in the envelope. And then just hold that down enough to get it a good stick. Not quite sure where I put the dots from the front, so got a little bit of guesswork of where I should push. All right. And then, and you might have, some of these have a pink lobster and an orange crab, and some kits have a pink crab and an orange lobster. Hopefully that doesn't throw anybody off. Just slight differences to try and get as much as we can out of the paper. These are cut from the patterned paper using dies that came with this stamp set. So some of the papers, the dies cut out shapes right out of the paper. And when you do that, you get very different numbers of things like crabs. And so in some paper sets, you would get a lot of the same thing, like pink crabs. In this particular one, they were half pink and half orange, and half of the lobsters were pink and half of the lobsters were orange. And then I'm going to put my Oh Happy Day right in the center of that, and I'm going to use dimensional tape for that, which I have sitting right here. And then we just have bling to put on. I tried to put bling in a lot of the cards. I generally love all the little gems and sequins and sparkles. You're welcome to leave that off if you're not a fan. So just got that sticking up in the middle, and then I'm gonna put these gems in some random locations, like there, and maybe down here. And then this third one, I'll put up there. There we go. This is like the cheeriest, I think, of all the cards. Such pretty bright colors. It kind of matches my shirt I'm wearing right now. This will be, I think, great for sending someone just a cheer me up or a congratulations. Definitely could be a birthday card, or any kind of positive experience there. I hope you like these as much as I do. I love these colors. And come back again tomorrow for the next card. We're really getting close to the end here.